And we're live. We live, mics.
Let's go, baby.
You got to put yours on that.
That's what I thought you was doing. I don't know nothing about the internet. I'd have been embarrassed. You didn't have to drink that water like that.
I did.
You know what? I think I need to put the rotator thing on. Oh.
You there?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, thank you, Mel. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm fine.
What up, world? It's your boy Ace Boogie.
What's the damn deal? It's your dude, little RB.com.
And we are radio active.
Woo!
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying.
shit, it can't be loud.
So, we got a special guest with us today. Miss Chantel Chavez. How are you doing today?
I am fine. How are you today?
You know, I'm great. I'm great.
That's awesome. That's great.
So how was life been going, Aubrey?
I'm good, man. I actually just left studio, man, and then came straight here. So I'm actually, as soon as I leave here, I'm going to take a nap.
So, okay, so we got some new music coming.
Yeah, man. You know, we always got new music coming, man. You know, I'm working, man. Shout out to my dude, Jawan Michael. We just finished shooting the video, and then me and my dude, Auto Side, will be working on my niece Serenity is in this one. We're working on Perfect Death.
Oh yeah.
I mean, today we just dropped another. We just recorded some. You know what I'm saying? A little something. I put my little 2 cents on something. So
Okay.
just trying.
Okay. Shout out to the famo. So we all parents here, and we all care about the safety of our children. So I heard this story. I read this story on this little 13-year-old girl, Kashayla Francis. She's from Houston, and she pretty much got jumped on her way home from school. So 2 questions. What can we do possibly to protect our children from bullies?
They got. I mean, you ain't gonna have to be soft. You feel me? You have to fight. I don't know. My son fighting. I don't know what to say. Shit, my son ain't gonna be bullied. This the truth. If my son is bullied at school, it might seem bad for this. He gonna continue being bullied until he don't allow to be bullied no more. So I don't know what to say.
So
however, however, I do feel like we need to have that conversation at home. Get them prepared for the bullies. That needs to be number one.
Yes, this is true.
Let them know about being a bully for themselves. Make them know that they don't need to be no bully, and then tell them the effects of being a bully to other people, how it affects other people, so they can understand it exactly. So discipline also definitely needs to come and play with that.
But I think when kids are bullied, their parents. I'm not saying that the child should be being bullied. Like, no one should be be bullied. But I think that the parent, like if you look at the parents too, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing to stop your child from being bullied? I'm not going to talk to no teacher. I mean, I probably will go talk, but I'm gonna be stern. Like the teacher gonna be like, listen, don't touch this little kid because his daddy done already like.
So I mean, is the only solution teaching your child to defend themselves?
Yes, bro. But yes.
Oh, okay. As men, I understand that's the first thing we think. But as a mother,
how my son gonna go out in
you probably don't want your your children fighting.
I do
in the world, man. Go ahead.
But our perspectives is different.
I would not like my child out there fighting. However, I don't want him to be out there just letting people take advantage of them, especially with people. How people take advantage of the fact that you're like a little timid, or they take advantage of that. You gotta
be able to stand up.
You gotta be able to stand up for yourself. That's definitely number one, because
So how do we stop our kids from being the bully?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you exactly that. Nah, not even that. Look, when was it? Yesterday. My son, he wanted his friends to come in, right? So he comes in I believe it was yesterday. It was yesterday or the day before yesterday. So he comes into the house and he said, yo, can my friend come in? I was like, you haven't even cleaned your room. So my son goes to the door. His friend is still outside our house, right? The door closed. My son comes to me. Can my friend come in? I said, boy, you need to clean your room first. Mm-hmm. He goes to the door. He opens it. He said, you can't come in. Close the door and then go to his room. I stopped him right there. I stopped him immediately right there. Right off top. I'm like, boy, you don't treat nobody like that. You go outside and talk to that man. You don't treat nobody like that. You won't want nobody to talk. You know what I'm saying? So it started with the parents. Like,
so
my son
in the butt.
Immediately. Like, my son not about to be treating nobody like that, because I know how I would flip out if someone treated my son like that. It's like if a kid, my son was trying to be humble, it was humbling himself and trying to come into your house and be your friend, and then your daddy said no, and then you came and opened the door and told my son no and just closed it in the face. My son's feelings hurt. Mm-hmm. So you got to think about that. So your feelings would be hurt if somebody did you like that. So you don't go around doing nobody like that. So, I made them go outside. You're not coming inside. They ain't finna go outside and play with that. Then.
Right.
So you treat people how you want to be treated.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So what could you say from your parents that was passed down to you that you think helped you as being a parent right now? And maybe some bad things you're like, nah, I would never even do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, something like that, some things they taught you, like, okay, I'm gonna use this in my parenting. You know what I mean?
I would say love. Like, I love my son. Like, man, I love him more than anything. Mm-hmm. So my grandma, when I was growing up, loved me like the way that my great grandmother actually. My grandma loved me too, but the way my great grandmother treated me is the same exact way that I treat my son. Like, love him, and like I'm in love with this little boy. You know what I'm saying? So I would say the way that they love, because I think, like, when I watch how other parents love their child, I'm not saying they don't love, but sometimes I'm like, dang, I'm overdoing it. Like, I'm overdoing it with this little boy. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I think it'll be the love, and not buying, not like, oh, I buy him anything. Just sitting talking with my son, having real conversations, letting him know how much I appreciate him and how much I need him. Like, we have real deal conversations. Like, in the midst of when I go tuck him in at night, we have conversations of about an hour, just talking, just talking. You know what I'm saying? So that, like, just letting him know, like, how much I appreciated him, and just as much as I'm his daddy, he's my son. You know what I'm saying? So just the love, I guess.
What about you, Chantel? What do you think of?
I would say the same, but another thing that I would not want my child to go through is abandonment, because I went through abandonment of pretty much my whole life with everybody.
How do you think that how'd that make you feel growing up?
It brought a lot of trust issues, a lot of bad relationships, how I treat people in relationships, how I treat people in friendships. I'm always, like, how can I say this? Like, let's just say I'm real quick to try to please another person just because I want them to stay around. And sometimes that's not always good, because, you get used doing stuff like that.
Right.
Hey, check on Cool for me.
And abandonment issues is a really big deal. And that's something you do not want to put your children through.
Not at all. For myself, let's see. I mean, of course, love is definitely one of those things.
What about whoopings? Because I done got a whooping by your mama before, and it was not a whooping. It was not no whooping.
I ain't gonna lie, I got that from my parents too. Yeah, I whoop my children. Definitely. But I know you bring up the whoopings. Obviously, my whoopings wasn't that bad. He's like, you didn't get beat. That was nothing.
Nah, Acey did not. Let me put this out there. Acey got disciplined. Yes, he turned out to be Acey got disciplined. Acey did not get. If I got disciplined the way Acey got disciplined,
you hell on wheels. Huh?
I'll run the world. I'm telling you.
It was so crazy. That shit scared the shit.
And that's the crazy part. He was real scared. And I'm looking. I done got a whooping with him by his mama, and looking at him while we getting a whooping, and he really flipping out. I'm looking at him like, damn, this is it. Oh, we going outside again and doing the same thing. But yeah, that's what's up. Whoopings. I probably whooped my son like 5-10 times. I don't whoop him that much.
But it's crazy. It's some parents out there that don't believe in whoopings. They believe in just talking. Like,
no, it's not that I don't believe in whoopings.
It's a time and place for both, to me.
It's not that I don't believe in whoopings. It's my voice probably enough. I'm aggressive, right? So maybe, you know what I'm saying? But then again, my son never had no terrible ones, terrible twos, terrible none of that. My son, right now, if I in this room, if I tell my son, close your eyes, he gonna close his eyes right now. So like I never had that issue.
So are you saying that whooping is not necessary?
Nah.
Or is it necessary?
It is necessary. No, it is necessary. It's necessary if they deserve a whooping.
If they deserve it, exactly.
Yeah. My son don't be just doing shit that deserve a whooping, like, oh, I'm about to whoop his ass.
I feel like a lot of people don't feel like it's necessary just because of the fact that they were raised. They don't want to, some people had some bad beatings growing up.
I got beat.
Some people got their ass told up.
So
So it's like, okay, well, maybe they trying to think of a different solution on how they could raise their children. That's pretty much.
I mean, because a lot of us think if you don't get a whooping, if you don't get whooping, or you didn't grow up having whoopings, those are the ones that turn out to be horrible. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I don't know, man. These millennials ain't really getting it, and
they seem as.
I think it depends. I think you got to judge how the child act on their parents.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because these are children.
By their friends too, though.
Okay, I know, but these are children, though.
It's all in the rap.
These are children. You get what I'm saying? So if my son, just like if I would allow my son to close the door on that little dude, and this little dude come play with my son every day, come knock on the door. If any little kid gonna come play with my son, I can guarantee that if my son don't got no more people to play with in the neighborhood, this little kid gonna come. And this how you gonna act towards this little kid. So rain, sleet, snow, my son could kill God. We just killed God. I'm with my son, right? Even though I rob him like that, I gotta also let him know when he's wrong, because one day he may grow up and have that attitude, and then when he get ready to treat someone like that, that's probably gonna hurt him. He'll think, you know what, my dad once when I was 9 was like, you know what, don't do that. Maybe I should put that in this situation and not act like that. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the parents, because I could have let him I could have been biased towards my son, let him close the door on that little kid, walk in his room and finish playing Fortnite and or clean his room, doing whatever he was gonna do. I stopped it right then and let him know, bro, that's not happening. Now I love you and this man, you against the world, but you're not about to treat this little kid like that.
So what do you say to them parents who believe a conversation could be had for everything?
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it
I don't know though. It depends on the child. Yeah, it
Yeah.
depends on the child. Because like I said, my son, like I see two sides to my son. Like I see still the very innocent side, because like when he feel like he done something wrong, right? And then I also see like my son growing into his own man. Like I see, like when he opened the door and had the nerve to be like, man, you can't come in, bye. Like I see like, you get what I'm saying? So it just really depends on the child in that situation.
So is it healthy for the child to have a healthy amount of fear for you, or
yes. Yes.
As a mother needs
Yes.
Because if there's no fear, then
yes,
do what the hell they want to do. Huh?
Yeah. Like,
he needs to be afraid that my dad gonna kill me. Like that should be a real thing in his mind.
Because there's a lot of times that I stop like, dang, like I didn't even skip school because I was so scared. Like, dang, my mama.
What could happen? The consequences.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What could happen?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. My daddy will flip out. And you want that type of respect. Like I'm honored that he would even take me into consideration before doing something.
Okay. Well, speaking of the respect, so should people in relationships do things for the other out of obligation, or should it be just because? So when you do for your partner, should it be out of obligation because this is your partner?
I think both.
Yeah. Both.
I think in a relationship you need to be biased, right? You need to be a liar. Like, you get what I'm saying? Not lie to your spouse, but you need to be, if I'm going up against the world and I'm wrong about going up against the world, we going to discuss being wrong about going against the world, right? Even if I'm wrong, but we together. Like, you got to be all of that. So, yes.
You feel the partnership.
You're obligated. It's like a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if my girl rob a bank right now, run in here with the money and rob the bank, shit, we just robbed the bank, and I know she's wrong. I'm not gonna sit there and tell her, oh, it was her. Shit, whatever about to come with it, bro. Because I'm not about to do. I'm obligated to this woman to sit there.
You feel that as you know, what I'm saying, from a woman's point of view,
and love too, though. Love too. It's because I love her too.
I mean, because of love, probably comes with the obligation. Do they go hand in hand, love and obligation?
No, I don't think so.
No. So then why
you
do you feel obligated?
You can be obligated to someone and they don't even appreciate it.
This is true. So that obligation just comes automatic then? Yeah.
If you love them, yeah.
If you love them. So I mean,
if you feel like you in a situation to where it's like, oh man, I love this person. I just love everything about them and they love me and this and that. I'm obligated to do this. I'm obligated to make this man happy. I'm obligated to just be down for this person. And sometimes they just don't.
Does that obligation show your love? You know what I'm saying?
It can.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Actions louder than words.
Actions
Like,
louder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I could say I
was gonna
love
say
you
that.
all day, but like,
But showing it is
yeah,
like,
and not buying shit. Like, let me buy you. Like, no,
yeah, you got to be
bullshit.
there for your spouse emotionally,
Bullshit. Yeah.
mentally, physically, all of that.
So I have a question for you.
Oh, sure. Huh.
How, because being that we have a woman here, how would a man take lead emotionally? He understands how to take lead, I'm saying physically, but emotionally, how does the man take that lead?
You gotta cry. I need him to cry.
But you have to, in that sense, you have to understand your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
If you see, okay, for instance, your spouse, something's wrong with her sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like she be walking around the house, or like she won't even say nothing, but like if she's just you just feel it, right? Like you're like, babe, what's wrong? That's being there for her emotionally. Like she could sit and talk to you and be vulnerable with you, and you can understand her and try to help her deal with her emotions.
So because of the fact that I initiate the conversation, that's taking lead?
Yes. And sometimes she can come to you and be like, babe, I don't feel good. And just you being open, be like,
Yes.
oh, what's wrong? And actually sometimes you might not give a damn because you're like, oh, hell, I don't know how to be emotional and shit. I'm a nigga. I don't know how to do. But, just showing that, what I'm saying? That makes us feel like we're on top of the world. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
and
say,
a lot of men don't understand that.
damn, bro.
A lot of men don't understand. That's where they go wrong in their relationships. Because if they knew how to understand that, then the world is theirs. They get anything they want.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was a very important question.
Yeah.
You gotta come real humble at her. Listen, I'm gonna do something for you that I'll never do. I'm gonna cry to show my love for you. You see him?
But that might be like,
You see him?
some men might do that so much that the woman just immune to it. You know what I mean? In the sense, like, I don't give a damn if you crying tonight.
But it also depends on
The situation.
both people though. Like, because you could be somebody that is that part emotional and want to talk to your spouse and all that. But if the other party is not that type of person, then you get what I'm saying? Because there's some people that don't even talk.
Hard to deal with.
They don't even say anything. There's some people that they just let the situation ride out, and you be dealing with the situation for a week.
And guess what? I used to be that person.
Okay, I have a question for y'all. How do y'all think that how would y'all talk to a person with depression? Like what is the right way? Because that could be irritating because you try and try.
You have to have patience
And consistency.
And compassion, because you never know what a person is going through. When you're depressed, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things going through your head. You don't know if that person is suicidal.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if that person is thinking about hurting others.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if that person, you have to have compassion, because if you don't have compassion and patience with that person, that'll make them feel like, nobody love me, you know what I'm saying? It's me against the world, you know what I'm saying? And don't nobody love me. I just want to kill myself, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, and then encourage them to get help, and try to make sure that they're not isolating themselves, because once they isolate themselves, it kind of gets serious.
Yeah, this is true.
You know what I'm saying? So just try to push them to get as much help as they need. If that's just help. Just help them.
Yeah.
Talk to them.
Be
Be there. Yeah.
I think I got a homie that's depressed. The crazy part is he talked to me and tell me like he depressed, and like when he speaks with me, bro, just how vulnerable he be with me. But what I find helps, and again, I don't know, this is just how I come across, is it's a sense of being there, but it's like it's more like actions than I can explain, because I want to say my dude name so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because he'll sit and tell me like, bro, if you didn't come over here today, bro, I probably would have just been in the room crying all day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not the fact that I came over there to chill with him. I came over there and I disregarded what he was going through. Like, I didn't even acknowledge anything that he was going through. I came over there on some you wouldn't even know he was going through anything when I get over there. Now, when everyone else comes over,
normal, pretty much,
kind of make things normal. Like, I'm coming over there, bro. What you got in here to eat, bro? Get on my kid. Like, we talking about, like, you wouldn't even know that he was depressed at that moment, because we talking about all type. We probably playing the game. We play the game. Like, hey, fam, I'm finna go get something to eat. Come on, ride with me. And I'm not even sitting there saying ride with me because you're depressed. It's just on some, he feels like I'm asking him to ride with me just on some sincere ride. We have not talked about you being depressed, not one time. And I know you're depressed because of what you say, like, or how you've approached me. And I'll leave, and then he'll send me a text and be like, bro, you don't even understand how much I needed that. And I do understand how much you needed that.
Those be the most like impacted.
And I do understand how much you needed that, but I also understood not mentioning it, not talking about it helps a lot more as well. Like talking about it without talking, like we're talking about it. When you sit there and be like, damn, bro, man, I just wish everything was all good, bro. And then my rebuttal is, bro, everything is all good, bro. Your lights on. They're like, we talking, bro. What we about to eat? Like we talking about it, but we not really focused on it. And then we don't eat like, damn, he feels like he got something.
So it's kind of like you took his mind off of the issue, off the trouble. In a sense.
Again, biasness. You gotta be biased, bro. You gotta be, when someone's going through something like that, you gotta kind of let your guard down as well, because there's certain things that you probably don't agree with that they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I done have friends snort coke in front of me, bro. My homeboys, that when I think about it right now, like I should have stopped that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, but at the same time, like me trying to stop it would have probably done more harm. You get what I'm saying?
I'm grown ass man.
Not even that. It's just you don't know what they going through.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You don't know what they going through. So this 30 seconds of me stopping them and trying to get them to stop, when they leave, they probably gonna do that shit 10 times more. I can't live with them. You get what I'm saying? But nonetheless, with me, I think it's just more on actions speak louder than words. Like, bro, we fist to do this. You know what I'm saying? I understand you're depressed. I can see the depression in your face. I'm gonna try my best to not even make that depression. I'm gonna try to make you smile as much as possible. I'm not even gonna tell you why I'm making you smile. I'm gonna cut on you. I'm gonna make you feel like we right here just chilling. Look at your fucking hair, bro. You look right. Like you're gonna feel like them.
Hey, that's important too, because some people don't know how to express that emotion. Yeah. Especially men.
Yeah. Calling out the manhood. You know what's funny about that? I'm gonna say what's funny about that. The other day, I'm at work, right? And in my work truck, I have no radio. So I'm at the light. I'm at the light. It's quiet as shit in my car, in my truck. It's quiet as shit in my truck. So anyway, someone pulls up next to me and they banging LMA boot up, right? So I look over and I automatically assumed it was a woman. You know what I mean? So I look over. Right. I look over and I see it's a dude, right? You know, he jumped out to the song, and I turn away from him and I look the opposite way. And I started kind of banging my head to it too, because it's a jam. I can't lie, it's man, booed up is a jam. But I asked myself, why did I look away from him? Because if he was banging Bust Down Tatiana or whatever, something that I jammed to, you know what I'm saying? I would have looked at him like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Got that connection. But because of R&B song, I looked the opposite way. I was jamming my head like,
yeah, because that's awkward. That's awkward.
It felt
looking at another man.
Eye contact. But is that a mask? What is that though? Like,
I think it has a lot to do with your masculinity.
Masculinity. Yeah. I looked at him in his eye during this song. Can you imagine
singing?
Yeah.
But that do be in the club. You know,
that's gay. That's just gay.
And that's the thing. I think that was the overall thing why I turned my head, because it's too much of a connection. You know what
I do know something that I wanted to bring up. I know what I wanted to bring up. What has it been crossing my mind? Okay. All right, so see, how can we initiate this? Gay people.
Okay.
No, I don't have an issue with gay people. Okay. I know gay people. Some of my family members, I know gay people. This is me and what I think the issue is. All right, so let's take a man that's gay. No one cares that he's gay, bro. Like, I don't mind that you're gay. You like what you like. Because I know some men that are gay and they're men. Like, they stand up men. They just gay. What I think when everyone wants to like treat me equal and do this, what I think the issue comes with is when you're a man and you're trying to act like a woman. That's where it's like, what the hell? Right? I think you can be gay and still be gay, but when a man tries to act like a woman, that's when other men start to shut him out. Because if I wanted to kick it with a woman, I would just go kick it with a woman, right? Same thing with the women that dress like men. Most likely they kicking it with men. They're not kicking it with women because the women done shunned them out. As far as if I wanted to kick it with a man, You get what I'm saying? I would go kick it with a man. I don't want to kick it with a right. And then that's when you get these little LG whatever communities and all that, and treat me right and do this. But if you look at it, right, the only ones to me that are really being treated not equally are the ones that I want to go. I'm a man, but I dress like a woman today, and I want to go piss in a woman's restroom. Bro, we gonna look at you different. Yeah, and how are you gonna be treated equally when you're doing different shit as well? And the reason that I bring that up is because at my job, there's someone that dresses like that, and they actually we had like a little meeting about it. About
what restroom he's gonna use?
No, not restrooms he's gonna use, just about, because I guess he can see the odds when he come in and people talking and all that. And I ain't gonna lie, he is confident. He's not tripping. He's not, bro. And he ride the bus. So he is not tripping. He don't care who's. I'm being honest, bro. And the crazy part is, he'll come looking like a girl today, and then tomorrow he'll come looking straight like a dude. Yeah. Yeah, crazy, right? So we had an issue about, and then that just brought me to, like, I think that's what the issue draws at. No one is tripping that you're gay. Be gay, bro. Be gay. If I know you're not gay, you're my best friend, but if you were gay and you were the person that you are right now, I could still fuck with you because, bro, I'm not tripping over you liking what you like, bro. We don't went to school with gay people and kicked it in college with gay people, and we not tripping. We go home the straight men that we are. You get what I'm saying? We was having a good time doing whatever. But when you come off and you want to get your nails done, and then you stretch your voice and start talking like a girl, like, bro, that don't make your throat hurt. Yeah, like you doing way too much, bro. And then that makes a man be like, you know what? I don't want to F with you. And then what that does to you is it puts you on edge because you already know how people looking at you. And then now you already ready to fight. Anything is an issue.
But that's a society thing. You know what I'm saying? Because of society, that's weird to us. Like, we think it's supposed to be man, woman. You know what I'm saying? That's a societal thing.
Nah, not at all. I don't mind you. I already said I don't mind. No one minds you being gay. No one minds you being gay. I think that we live in an age. But you still expect a man to be a man and kind of act like a man. I think we live in a day and age to where it's cool to push the limit. That's what we act in 2019. It's cool to push the limit. It's like in 1970, a gay man was a gay man. A gay man wasn't talking about, I'm fit to go get my penis turned into a vagina. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
the possibilities wasn't possible.
I'm just saying. What I'm saying though, we pushing the limit right now. Next thing I don't doubt that in the next couple of years, a man is going to be trying to give birth. Like, two men are going to be together and saying, yo, let's give birth. But you get what I'm saying? And if it already happened, that just shows you.
Why does a male act like a female? That's the question.
It's not even why. I get why. I don't get why, but I can see why. You want to be a broad. You want to be a woman. I can obviously.
They already having when you're born.
You be able to choose.
No, like it's like a gender thing. Like you don't identify as a woman, or you don't a boy, or you don't.
Oh, that's crazy.
As a girl. Like when you're old enough, like let's say 4 or 5 years old. That's when you're able to choose if you want to be a boy or a girl.
Man, listen, from 0, if my son got a little dang-a-lang down there, boy, you a boy. Yeah. There's nothing else.
It's genetics, XY chromosomes. Like
I think.
But what do you think about that? Like, is that like? Does that make sense to where? Is that the reason that they being treated different? Because they want to be women and they want to be.
That's a touchy subject.
But I'm telling you this.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right?
And that's actually an individual thing because of the fact I had a roommate in college and he acted kind of feminine as well. And for some reason,
who he is. Yeah, I know.
And for some reason,
but he did not.
I didn't have it.
He did not. He had feminine tendencies, but he was a man still. He was still a man.
I refuse to dress like a woman. And I'm a man.
He was still a man. And I know
made it cool.
You gonna make me be like, bro, he was such and such was a man. He was a man.
He still had his voice kind of high pitched.
So what do you guys think about the difference between gender and sexuality?
Like, what do you mean? I don't know what that. That's not the same shit.
It should not.
Because like you was talking about how your friend or someone, your coworker, your colleague was, sometimes they come to work dressed feminine, and then sometimes they don't.
I think he's causing the issue on himself.
That's what he's comfortable with.
Okay. You're right. Okay, now listen. Oh, I'm not knocking that, but what I'm saying is, bro, you know that you're coming dressing like a woman. Like, bro, when I say full woman, so you know what? You cannot expect something to be a man, and then when you got to use the restroom, when you got to use the restroom, right? You walk into the men's restroom and. You stand and I've been in the restroom with you.
That's kind of hard hard to wrap your head around.
Now peep this. Peep this.
Oh,
You don't know how many people don't walk in the restroom and say, bro, I thought it was a woman in the rest, like just coming out surprised.
Mhm.
You making yourself uncomfortable because no one know you a man. They thinking that you a
Right.
woman and you was in the men's restroom. So when they come out, they be like, damn, is there a woman in there? That's uncomfortable to you because you chose to walk in there and look like a woman. But they didn't know that. Just like if I'm a man and I walk into the woman's restroom, let's just say I'm a woman, but I dress like a man, and then I walk into the woman's restroom. They gonna say the same thing, like, is there a man in here? Oh snap! Look at that man in there, and then what I'm gonna say? Oh, don't
I
discriminate towards me. I'm a
would
woman. You look just like a
have
man.
a whole fit if I saw that with my child, especially now that, well, my son, if I had Alasia, my daughter, she's 14 now, about to be 15. There's pedophiles out here. There's men that dress up as women just to go out here and do some dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? You never know. People do dumb shit. So if she going to the restroom by herself and there's a man in there just looking at her, she don't know. She just think it's a.
Right. She might think it's just transgender.
She gonna
right.
look at him like, like I can't tell, but she not gonna think nothing of it.
And got
He could be,
snatched up.
got snatched up or got
So
messed
is
up
it
in the
that they make a
bathroom.
bad rep for everybody else then?
Those type of people, because not everybody's like that. But
Yeah, I don't want to put it like
Yeah, we're
everyone
not-
that does that is a horrible
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, no, we're not saying
I'm
that.
just saying the way it.
we're
Like,
not bashing the gays.
when you look, I feel like that has a lot to do with them being treated
the way they're
differently.
treated.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think that has
That's-
a lot to do with
But,
the gender.
but the bottom line question is it okay? You know what I'm saying?
Who's to say? Listen. And with that sentence, who's to say that it's not okay? You're your own individual person.
Because especially
Fuck
for black
society.
folks, especially
Fuck
for black
society.
folks, we definitely know that. We
Okay.
couldn't even
Right,
rock
but
with
listen.
that.
Fuck
Any type of
society. Let's
discrimination.
take our society. If that's what makes old buddy comfortable dressing like a woman, that's what makes him comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not about to sit here and
Let
tell
him
him
be
not to do
him.
that. Who's it for me to say that he's right or wrong? Now, what I will say is the norm. That's not what we're used to seeing. So when you do that, people may question it. People may have something to say, and you cannot take offense to that because it is abnormal.
Because if I dress like it's like
if
funny
you-
today, it's gonna be the exact same thing.
It's like
it
if-
was last week. Why are you dressed
if
like
I'm
that?
if I'm sitting there eating paint all day,
Mhm.
just eating paint, just that's what I like doing, eating paint, right?
Okay.
That's not the norm. So you're probably not sitting there saying,
You gonna
"Fuck Aubrey, I hate Aubrey," but your head will turn. You have something to say about like, damn, is he eating? Did he just eat a whole thing of paint? Yeah, like he just ate all his paint. And am I wrong? And like, who am I to sit there and be like, "Oh, you're discriminating, bro? You're eating paint." I'm not saying that it's gonna.
It's just
I don't
not
know.
normal.
It's not normal. So I just sat there and said, "Wow, he's eating paint."
It's just the old generation coming into the new generation. It's just us a mix.
It's
of
weird
just-
to me dressing
it's-
like a woman, though. I'm not gonna lie. I
Well, the
couldn't
thing
even-
about it, the only thing that I have a problem with it is these straight men that you think like you say you gay. You're not. I know you're not
These
gay.
DL men.
Hey, DL, like
Yeah,
you
I
got a
problem with that
whole,
too. I got a problem with
you
that
got a
too.
whole wife
You
at
right.
home.
Now that type
and
That's
you,
crazy.
You going home, you doing what you doing out there, and then you coming home to your wife. Like
Man,
that's
listen.
out of line.
that's what I have a problem with. If you gay, be gay. But what
I got a bigger problem with them dressing like men than I. Hey, nigga, people gonna cheat.
I'll be so
They gonna
embarrassed.
cheat. The people cheating, they cheating. It's just who they decide to cheat with. Now, them dressing like men and women dressing like men and the men dressing like women. That's
Okay.
Well, that's a big issue because I'll be embarrassed as hell because guess what? I can't. That's me having a competition with another man.
and
Like, oh, I gotta compete with another man.
I think
What the
listen. I
hell?
think we went somewhere. And I think my girl was like, I forgot who it was, and this is the truth. My girl was like, "That's a man right there, bro." I could not believe it, bro. I was like, "That's a
Does
man."
he look like a woman?
Exactly like a
woman.
fat ass. Gay. Because
exactly.
I'm about to tell you what made me feel. I'm sitting there telling her. Listen. I said that this is how they look. I'm sitting there telling her that can't be a man. Look at it. Look at her titties. Like the titties is spread. Like that's titties.
You was examining.
I'm like that's titties. She's
That's
like,
a
nah,
boob job.
that's a man. I'm like, but how they said? I thought how they titties like. One titty, two titty. They not just on that. They look
You
like
do
they were
know
born
they
there.
have the titties you can stick on you.
Man, I don't. That's what.
And you just put the bra on it and you can take it off at night. And they are very natural. They feel good.
You
They
feel me?
natural.
That's
like,
crazy.
Should they be obligated? For instance, a man dressed like a woman, should they be obligated to tell that man? Because you know,
They
sometimes
need to carry your ID, just like if you got
sometimes
AIDS,
you might be in the
obligated.
club,
You need to
and
carry a
we know
card
it
to say
ain't-
I'm really a man.
We know it ain't right. You just be kissing somebody in the club, but it happens.
Oh God.
Oh,
should
no.
that transition or whatever? Should they be obligated to let you know, yo, I'm actually a man. You know, I'm a woman, but I'm actually a man. Just let you know.
Yes.
Should they be obligated?
Let me
Yes.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. What if you left the club with a woman and you thought it was a woman, but it was a man?
You
Y'all
can
did what
tell,
y'all did.
wouldn't
Y'all did what y'all did, right? Now, of course, you didn't have. Let's say they gave you head
Mhm.
in the parking lot. You feel me? And you smacking on the ass and everything. And she like,
Not knowing you the balls right
bro,
now.
yeah, and you didn't even feel no balls. You feel me? And then the next day, look, and then like a week later,
Like,
you find out there's a man. Should that person deserve to get their ass beat tonight?
No, that's like a different.
Could you beat that
like,
person up?
Should you be able? Should it be legal to beat them up?
Fuck legal. Fuck legal. If you just found them on the street and beat their ass.
I think if you didn't tell me, I'm sorry. If you didn't tell me,
Fat ass. Listen. The crazy part is you was into him. Like you was like, damn, you bad. Feet done, nails done. You sitting there compliment. You got him on your Instagram. Look at this bad bitch. Like you got him on your Instagram, fam. And then get you some head, bro. And then find out, damn, Sarah really Sam. Like,
That's
some
just
shit.
like me coming approaching you in the club, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. You want to go to the car with me real quick? Do I look like a dude?
you should have known something, and you don't. So,
Exactly. So like, and then
But
you find
all
out the
women,
next day,
but
I'm
all,
just
what,
like,
listen. This is the crazy part. How could you respectfully ask that person
right.
if they a man?
Is there a right way to ask that?
Is there a right way to ask a person if they're a man?
That's a good question.
How do you in the
Respect-
club?
You just met 10 seconds ago.
How do you
Are
respect?
you sure you're a woman?
Yeah, I don't know how to ask this, but
And let that person tell it, I am a woman.
do you sit or
You can't
stand
tell
when
me
you
I ain't a
piss? like if you had to take a piss, like what's your preference? Like if you had to take
Yeah,
a
but
piss,
what is your chromosomes?
Yeah.
I
Real
think
question.
that it should be
Like, what's
you
a
should be
respectful way?
obligated to ask up front. That's like
yeah,
It
but
should be
you
okay.
it should
But look,
be
the
okay.
crazy
Should
part-
get offended.
And if they get offended, that's on them.
no, listen, because the crazy part
Because
is,
the girl
what
be
if it's
like-
really a woman?
Ooh.
And
You
you
asked that
and she,
question.
you just fucked that up.
Yeah, you did.
So
You
it's
did.
really iffy.
And you did. You just go Trump, grab him by the
Like, grab by the pussy.
That's like,
Sorry, I just had
I didn't know for sure.
Apologize.
But that's why I feel it's gonna be in the future, in a sense, like, you know, way down the line. Oh, so well, here we go. But what you gonna do if your child is that gay one?
Now listen.
Oh.
We had this conversation, and I'm not even gonna get into it because
We didn't have that
listen,
conversation.
No. Me and D. Prater had that conversation, so I'm gonna tell you what it was like. And I'm not gonna get into it because
Y'all want to
This
hear
is
yours,
a-
and I want to hear yours.
okay. So
Oh.
we had a conversation about because one of her family members is a famous family member.
Mm-hmm.
You know who it is,
Mhm.
and they condone their child being gay. They condone
Mhm.
it. They
Mhm.
do all of this, and this her family, like this her people.
Mhm.
So I said that my son, as long as he that age, he not allowed to be like my son is what I make. Like my son can't put on the dress right now, and it's just me. I'm probably gonna beat his ass. That's me. That's my son. That's mine.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna let him like. Well, I'm not gonna beat his ass even off top.
Okay.
Let me beat your
It's
ass.
coming though.
I'm gonna holler at him and be like, what are you doing? Let me get your mind right. Let me see what you're at. Now, I believe that it's
You
'Cause
gonna
I-
beat his
I-
ass.
I know-
Especially after you gonna allow this conversation to happen. You're not gonna be.
I personally,
I'm not gonna be just so forgiving to let my son be gay. I think it's the parents that allow. How your son gay at 8? Like, no, bro.
There's hey.
That's the parents.
I don't know.
That's the parent. How you let listen, if my son came in here at 2 years old and he was putting on her high heels and doing all this shit, I'm stopping that at 2 years old. It would never happen
Right.
again. But if I continue this shit, letting him put on high
Hey,
heels
Steven.
from 2 and then let him play with her dresses and do all that shit when he 8 and then when he turned 10 and then by the time he turned 14, I let the nigga be gay. So I can't knock him for being like you gay. You gotta look.
So you're saying there's an age limit to where you can.
No, hell no.
No,
This is what I'm saying. I'm
that's
saying you
what
need to
it-
look back at the parents
Okay.
as well. And when they got these, now again, when you grown, you can make your own decision. When you 15,
grown,
16, 17, you already like
But
mine,
what
and you
if-
can tell.
But what about
Right, because we was goosing. We was
No,
goosing at it.
Okay, but I'm okay, but that's what I'm saying. When you live in mine, you 8. Right now, my son will eat hot Cheetos for dinner. You think that this nigga know he gay? Like,
Yes.
you feel me? Like,
He'll know.
man, listen.
You'll be surprised.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's the parent. Listen, I think it's the
I
parents.
do think it is the parents.
So
too.
The parents give them too much accessibility to know what gay. Bro,
Yeah.
no, I'm starting you with a blank canvas.
And
I'm
that's
gonna start
so
you.
true.
I'm gonna
That's
start you
like
with a
saying
blank
That's
canvas.
like saying
I'm not
you're
even gonna
born
tell you.
racist.
So
can't
what
be
do you-
born
so what do
racist.
you guys-
Exactly.
That is a good.
I'm starting you blank.
So
Now,
what
if
do you-
choose to go gay? I understand, but I'm starting you blank. I'm not sitting there saying, oh, look at this girl with this fat ass. My son, I never sit there and tell my son, oh, she got a fat ass on. He don't even know nothing about that. Like, he blank.
You
My
say
son's
it though.
innocent.
You say it though.
Okay,
Yeah,
you do. But I'm talking about with my son and shit. I'm gonna be like, oh, she fine as fuck, right? Like, he don't know none of that. He don't know what a fine female look like. He don't know what a fine female consists of. He don't know. Oh, well, she
Yeah,
got
he just
makeup
know,
on.
like,
he 9. He's either she pretty or she ugly. And if she pretty, she just pretty as a human being. She not pretty as a woman.
or
her
she's
hair done.
annoying. Or she's
Like, you
annoying.
know what I'm saying? He not on no. Oh, her eyebrows. He looking at her shirt's clean. So
But
yeah,
what is your take on how men or women actually really say, "I was born this way"?
Yes, but that goes into, like I said, no one's born racist, so
Yeah, how were you born gay?
Right.
and we are not experts, guys. We are not experts.
There are some gay people that will say,
and they're born that
"No,
way.
I'm
this
not
what I
born
think
that
they
way.
mean by that. This what I think they
chose
mean.
this."
This what I think they mean by that. I think, and I could be mistaken.
Mhm.
I think they got their words because it sounds good. I was born this way. It sounds good. But what they mean to say
Because
is,
that's
since
how they
I can remember,
Yeah,
Since I can remember.
well, so really since you
Because
was about
of the
10,
parents.
10, what can you really remember when you was 8? Like, what did you do when you, like, you know what I'm saying? So since you remember when you was about 12, 11,
Mhm.
you've had this infatuation with the same sex. Okay. But at 1, was your, like, what was you doing? Like, my son is not about, we're not even about to play with my son right now and have him in a dress to make him,
Right.
you get what I'm saying? I'm not even about to play with him and say, babe, his lips chapped. You ain't got no Carmex, put some of your lip gloss on it. His lips just gonna be chapped. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's
Lick
not,
them up.
like, it's
some
not gonna be any of that. It's not gonna be no,
What if you had a daughter?
if I have a daughter, then she same thing. I'm not about to allow.
That
it's
double
not gonna-
standard, we know we're gonna run that double standard.
No,
If
no.
you have a
I'm not gonna let my daughter.
compared to the son.
I would want my daughter to be with a man as well.
Okay.
I'm not sitting there no, because again, I'm starting you with a blank canvas, bro. I'm not starting you on no you good. I'm not starting you on no that you even know what sex is. Like, these parents, they expose their children to a lot. You know what I'm saying? And
It's in the music.
as far as
It's in the rap music.
they can kiss it, they can kick it with their dads and shit. Like, man, me and my son, that's like my best friend. Most people be like, oh, your child should be, man. That's, if I got anybody, I got my son, bro. The other night, my son just held me, bro, and I almost shedded a tear, bro. He just went to sleep and just held me, bro. Like, that's my dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's my partner. Even though he's my partner, I don't exploit him and I don't expose him to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
We're not about to be watching TV and a sex scene. I done already thought about this movie. I'm not even about to let you be exposed to why. Like, you don't even know what titties are, fam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you see any dick that my son has seen in the not even no gay shit is mine. That's the only dick he done ever seen in his life.
Mm-hmm.
His daddy's. Take baths
And the
and
only
teach him how to
titties
potty
he ever
train.
seen is his mom's.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm not exposing him to be like, oh, that's what a fat ass is. So he can even depict like, oh, that's what beauty is. Because when I was growing up, I straight see my son got it good. He not in the projects like I was. He not growing up like I was. He totally did. Like, nigga, by the time I was my son age, I done already got into 12 fights on my way to juvenile, setting fire, breaking in houses. Like, I was already doing that on my way. Bro, just straight up. By the time I was 12, I done already broken in like 6 houses, packing good. Like, I was already doing stupid ass shit, bro.
Bad. Just
Doing
bad.
dumb ass. Like, why would I do it? So when I look at my son, he's the total opposite, right?
The Lord.
I don't expose him to.
But we
that's
can't
what a fat ass
control.
is.
We can't control what they get exposed to.
You're
We
right.
talked about that.
You can't expose, but I'm talking about how you raised him. I can't. When he go out to into the world, I can do what. For instance, when I said that I didn't let him close that door in a little boy face, his daddy a bit aggressive, so he probably got that from his daddy. Cool, right? Or he probably got that from one of his friends. He probably got that from somebody at school. Cool. But I stopped it from coming in my house. So he already know what not to do when he come in my house. Okay. That's what you exposed to at school? Cool. But watch how I shut that shit down. Why since you did that to the little buddy when y'all was in the classroom, you shut the door in his face, try that shit at home. Now you trying it at home, I shut that shit right then. It's not happening.
But with her saying what she said about daughters, would you press back on it as hard?
Ooh,
you
Press back on what?
I mean, like, say she want to put on some boy clothes.
Man, let me tell you something.
It depends on how she doing it because I like that swag.
No. It
Let
wasn't no
me tell you
depending on
something.
Girl, there's boy clothes can be worn as girls. Go ahead.
I have a 15-year-old daughter.
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna lie. I asked her if she's gay all the time.
Mhm.
She dresses just like a boy.
Mhm.
She walk around with the basketball shorts on. She walk around. She got the little mannerisms and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
Oh no.
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just so. And she be like, "No, mama, I promise I'm not. I promise I'm not. It's just comfortable." You know, because her hair be laid. You know what I'm saying? But she just, it's just comfortable. I just save my
Tomboy?
good clothes
Would you say it's
for school, but I be like,
How did SWV like the ladies dress in the 90s? The same thing.
TLC, they was
That's how
backed
they.
up.
You get what I'm saying? And they
They was
not get like
backed
that's
up.
how they. So
We
it's
call that
different.
tomboyish.
It's different. It's different.
Different now.
From a
Sometimes.
boy. Not even
Lil'
now.
Kim
It's different from a
changed
boy
the
to a girl.
game. Did she or did she not?
You said Lil' Kim?
Lil' Kim, did she?
Oh yeah, so
change-
women can start dressing. Yeah, of course.
More
But
provocative.
But I'm thinking that women clothes and boy clothes. My girl, I got a lot of clothes. My girl wear my clothes all the time.
Mhm.
All the time. Now, could I walk in her fucking closet and put on one of her dresses and say I didn't feel like putting no pants on today, so I wanted to wear a dress, and I didn't want a tank top. I just wanted to be good. So I just threw on one of your dresses. I ain't even got, girl, I ain't even got no drawers on, but I want my shit to breathe. She gonna look at me like, boy, what the fuck? What the fuck?
That's
You get what I'm
right.
saying? But she gonna walk in there and say, she got some Nikes or some shit, and I got a shirt that match her Nikes. She could sit there. She could sit there and say, I'm gonna wear this shirt. Sometimes she don't even ask. She just walk out the room with my clothes on, jackets, whatever the fuck. I can't do that with her. I can't sit there and say, oh, well, let me. It's like girl clothes and boy clothes are different.
Yeah, because I wear my husband's clothes all the time. He get mad.
Is that a double standard?
It's not. It's not.
It's
a double
not a
standard.
double standard.
Oh,
I'm not about to wear no dress,
Yeah,
fam.
like the
okay. She's wearing baggy jeans.
Who said that? Who said that those are men clothes though? These dresses,
would you wear a
specifically.
dress? Would you
All right,
wear a
listen,
dress and
listen.
expect somebody to
I'm about to
say?
show you right now.
Please talk about me.
Listen, I'm about to show you. They make dresses. They don't make dresses for men. Not one. No, there's no man's
Yes, they
dress.
do.
Yes, they do.
A man's dress?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, listen. Okay, well, let me take them out. They don't make dresses for men. Even if they do, they was intended for women. They just turn them into men. They make dresses for women,
Mhm.
right?
Rompers.
Now listen. They make pants and shirts for men and women.
Mhm.
So these are specific clothing. Like a dress, is for a woman. A shirt, I can get a shirt she could wear this shirt. Like anyone could wear this shirt.
It's true.
I could not put this blouse on right here. If
I
I put
dare
this, I cannot put this.
I dare you.
Hell no.
Well,
But you feel me? I would look ridiculous. I can't put this skirt on or
And be
this dress.
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Remember when I did Aubrey Jenkins?
That's what
I was just
thinking.
about to actually bring that up. I was
Remember when I
actually.
did Aubrey Jenkins?
Mhm.
How ridiculous did I look? And I don't even see how they remember me doing that shit, having all that shit, bro. I had I couldn't even open my eyes. Yeah, bro,
We're gonna put that video out soon.
bro.
Do you still have it?
So
I think I do.
so it's like one of them type of things. It's like it's totally different. Like they make dresses for women. If you seen a man in the dress, 9 times out of 10 you can say you dress like a woman. If you see a woman in a t-shirt and some jeans,
She can still be a woman.
they make jeans for women.
I see it as like, okay, now that you made a really great point, but when I say about my child as far as wearing her clothes, you can peep her friends and peep what they doing and experimenting and trying gay shit. Like, what y'all doing over here?
But see, you judging that off of society too, huh? Like of things we know and see.
Nah, yeah, but
I mean,
some stuff you can tell, like,
It just raised red flags.
yeah, I'm like,
What would you do if would you want your daughter to turn out gay?
And no, I wouldn't. But the crazy thing about it is, I don't think I would push as hard as if I had a son. And I know that's wrong, but
I think
Oh, of course. Of course. I
think
would prefer a gay daughter than a gay son. Oh, that's just off
that's
the
double
top.
standard.
why do we?
My son ain't about to
Because
get-
no, let's
Man,
be
hell
honest.
no.
We're not being honest. We would be embarrassed,
Oh, I would be 100%
and
embarrassed.
we're not being honest with
I'll
ourselves.
be
And that's
100%.
wrong too.
Hold on.
Okay,
It's not
now,
we can admit
now
that.
let me speak on my son, okay? My child,
ain't gay.
my both babies, both of them. You know what I'm saying? I would love them the same. Yes, I would probably be a little upset, but I would not probably be as mad as you guys would be.
Right.
But I would
I would
still
love
love and accept my son. I would still like, come on, girl, let's go shop. If he act like that,
Whoa, you see?
like let
That
him
would
be himself,
never-
because at the end of the day,
Yeah, he already
that's their
chose.
life.
Nah,
That's something that they have to go through. That's
Fuck
their
that.
journey.
I'm not calling them. That's wrong.
Yeah, that's
under
wrong
no
as well.
circumstance. Like I said, if I'm gonna ride,
not for
That's
disowning.
I already
children.
said at the beginning that I'm gonna ride with my son to the end. Whether he right, wrong,
So you rob
left,
the bank or
right,
rob the booty
I
hole?
would shit, man. That's crazy. Ain't no rob the booty. I don't know because we
We
gonna have
don't need to
listen.
talk about that. See,
We gonna have a
but
long.
it'll be different if he talked to me about it than it would if him talking to him about it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
True.
Like I'd be
'Cause
like,
mothers look at things differently. Than
Yeah.
But we men.
exactly.
Listen, my
that's
son-
that masculinity come in being the issue again.
and I think that you guys say that now, but like if it was to actually happen, you
Man, listen. If
yeah,
you-
you'll
we
be
would accept it.
embarrassed,
We
but
would
you would
accept
still be
oh
like,
no, I would have said that
It's
like I said,
like
I'll
an
ride with my
inevitable
son.
thing. Yeah.
But
but you would be saying
It's gonna
some-
take an adjusting period.
it's not gonna be
Oh,
a
it's
week. It's
definitely
not gonna be a
gonna be a
it's gonna-
period.
I'm probably not gonna get used to that shit until I'm about to die. I'm damn near dead.
Deathbed.
Yeah,
Like,
I accept it now. Go ahead and get my mind right. It's all good.
oh man. Okay, so I got a question. Were our parents wrong? I don't know if y'all parents did this. I know, but sorry, mama, but you did. You know what I'm saying? My family did do this. Were our parents wrong for teaching us when we were young to date within our race?
No, that's what we should be doing.
exactly.
So why? Why do y'all think
Nobody, no other race will understand what we go through, but us.
And not saying that that's not beautiful. Not saying that other people shouldn't. You know, if you want a white guy want a black woman, or a black woman want an Asian guy,
Yeah.
do what you want
Do
to
what
do.
you want to do.
But it's like, how do we keep us going?
Exactly.
Right.
It's
population?
Like where I'm at. Like yeah, soon I'm nowhere. Like
and
you
I
know what I'm
wouldn't,
saying.
and I wouldn't.
But I prefer
necessarily-
black women though. 'Cause
I
I'm
wouldn't
black.
necessarily say it's a racist thing because Asian
Right.
women
prefer Asians
they want
and-
the, yeah, Mexican
Right.
they prefer their
It's like
Exactly.
self-preservation.
yeah,
Well, it's not even. It's like
especially white people.
it's like what do you? I'm into what I see every day. You know what I'm saying? You ever had like some food that you grew up on and you
Mhm.
probably be like, man, I don't know why I eat this. And then when you get
Mhm.
older, you're like, I'm not eating that shit no more. For instance, chitlins.
Mhm.
I hate
Ugh.
chitlins, but I was raised on chitlins. Now I was raised on chitlins, but when I got of age, I said, you know what? I'm done. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I got to choose that shit for myself. I think that same shit with the race. It's like in the beginning, it's for us. Like, bro, I need me. I need us. You know what I'm saying? I need to preserve us. I'm into this is what I see every day. I see Mexicans or I see black people every day. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm like, just for like chitlins. My grandmother was cooking chitlins every day. So when you walk in the house and be like, what's that smell? I really don't smell it because I've been sitting here all
Mhm.
day,
Mhm.
right? So I'm not smelling what you smelling, right? Same thing. I'm into what I've been in the midst of all my life. I've been in the midst of black women all my life. Most likely, I'm gonna be in the black women.
And
If
I'm
I was
just-
raised in Mexico, I'd be in the Mexicans.
I want to say this.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of things has to do with, like, you know how a woman would say, yeah, you can't. I think it has a lot to do with society, the way society make our women look.
Mhm.
A lot of men kind of really don't. They don't want no ghetto ass bitch. They don't want no woman that's gonna be sitting there doing the
The
extra.
stereotype.
The stereotype, exactly.
Actually, has stereotyped y'all before too as well. So just so you know.
I'm just saying,
You
it's
have.
not fair to us because you know our black men are going to other races and we need y'all.
Mhm.
They want something exotic, exactly. They want something exotic. They want something.
I disagree.
No, because you're not in that category. You
No,
already know.
I would say that I think that they go to other race. This is the
Because they
this,
couldn't have it.
Control.
Nah, this is me. And again, I think more logical than like, okay, it's just I think plain and simple. I'm not thinking so in depth with it. This is what I think that they go to other races. For one, some people don't mind if you're black, green, orange, or yellow. They just, you got a vagina, shit, and you pretty. I'm gonna F with you, right? But I also, when we go to the stereotype, a lot of people, if you ask a lot of people why they don't date black women, it's just like she said, it's oh, they talk back, they do this. So they don't even give black women
They
because
weak.
they don't even give black women a chance. So they just go straight for the Mexicans. And then when you ask why you don't date black women, they probably never had a black woman, or they probably have one black woman. I've had all my girlfriends been black, but I can't sit there and say, oh, I'm not dating no black woman because of her. Like, what does she have? That's like
Right.
that's like being racist to all white people because of this white person. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's that type of thing. You feel me? I think it's more logic, like just 1 + 1. I think it's more simple than we think. It's, bro, some people, yes, they like other races or they don't mind that is Mexican, green, or they don't care, right? But then at the same time, I spoke to people and I ask, why you don't date black women? Right?
Mhm.
And they'll tell me, oh, because I don't feel like putting up with their attitude. And I ask, oh, how many black women have you had that you had to put up with attitude? None. You've never had a black girlfriend. I've never had one black girlfriend.
And stuff like that hurts my soul.
So
And
it's like, damn.
Let me explain why I feel like that
So-
hurts my soul. It hurts my soul that a man could say anything about us in that way because of what we've been through with us. Like 400, we went through slavery together.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We was y'all rock. We was there for y'all. We had to watch y'all get demasculated.
Mhm.
We had to watch y'all get beat. We had to watch y'all and actually be there for y'all. Try to be there the best way we can. We took care of y'all. We loved y'all no matter what. And how dare y'all turn your back on us? How dare
I'm
you?
with you. I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? And you want to sit
I
here
only
and
date
say,
black women.
I don't want to. I don't want to sit here and
Only
I don't
date
want to sit here and say like, you know, oh, you're with the oppressor and all this stuff. You know, I'm not going to get all political and all that, but it just hurts.
But
You know what I'm
but let me ask this.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, exactly.
But let me
But
ask
it
this.
only hurts because they bashed you.
I know that's what I'm about to say.
Exactly.
What if? But let's shout out to the ones that genuinely they just so happen to find another race.
love. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because
That
everybody not
happens.
like that.
That
Everybody not like that.
That's
I got
genuine.
people. I got people in
It
my
wasn't a
family.
stereotype attached to it.
I got people in my family that are straight Warrens and they 100% Mexican,
Mhm.
100% white, and you know what I'm saying, they had children with my black cousins or my black uncles, and this was 15, 20, 30 years ago, and you get what I'm saying? They
The
white as
difference
hell.
between that is they understand that they're black and they know what they want. Now, for the men that actually say, I don't like black women because.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
what hurts
That's
me.
what
Like,
the
how
issue
dare
is.
you?
So I just want to say that, yo, it's
How about
not
this,
the.
guys? Have y'all ever seen an interracial couple and kind of felt some type of way?
No, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
Not me.
No.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
mind.
I've been in I've been in a
Okay.
race.
Yeah, I don't
Which
mind.
I mean, I'm with you, but I have seen some lesbians together that felt some type of way. Is that wrong for that? Like,
No,
I'm like, she too beautiful. I say, you bush women are too beautiful. What are y'all doing?
right.
Both of y'all can get
Both
the
of
dick.
y'all fine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like that has to do with.
Yeah, the women.
But
you
you're a
see two
man.
men. Okay, well, even for a woman, you see two beautiful men together. Do you kind of hate on that?
I ain't gonna lie. See me, yes.
Yeah.
Not hate. I don't not no gay hate.
It's like
I
a
find
waste
it.
of man. Like
It's right
God. But you know what? To me, it's like the reason why I'm not even gonna get biblical or none of that stuff. But you know, the reason why I feel like God or our Creator or the universe says that it's abomination, not because of this, you know what it is. It's because we're not reproducing like we're supposed to.
Right.
So if I see a black man,
stops there.
yeah, it stops there. Y'all adopting white babies. Y'all adopting your other people babies. And
But y'all
stuff.
getting dead in y'all. That's what I'm saying. I find it when I see
Hey.
two big old dudes and they go together.
Oh, that's fine.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what I be thinking in my mind.
You know,
I be-
that's their business.
no, listen, and this makes me messed up, and I'm not judging everybody think about it. Well, at least me, maybe I got a sick mind. I be thinking, damn, bro,
That's nasty, right?
this big ass nigga is letting this other big ass nigga stick his
Believe
dick
it or
out.
not, that's what a G
There's a lot of
spot
sweat
is
going
at.
on.
Yeah, it's just a lot of testosterone going on in the room.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. A lot of women would. I don't think it's, and I personally don't think it's gay for a woman. If
Really? You don't, so it's not gay to allow your woman?
dude ass?
no, if a woman doing it, no, that's where your G spot is at. It's a sexual
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
That's, I've never did it,
No.
but I'm
So
saying.
Acey let his girl stick her finger up.
No, how about put a strap on and
No,
No,
I will
yes.
say, I
I
will.
don't know about it.
no, is that gay though? He said his wife.
No,
Yes, that's
that's
gay.
not gay.
What the
No,
fuck?
gay.
That's
I think it's gay.
Listen. Sound like her and Q got some shit going. Listen, no. That's
Absolutely
gay.
not. Do not put my husband in that.
My fault, fam.
Absolutely
That
not.
is nasty. Listen, no.
No, it's a part of sex. A lot of men,
I know Q does not agree with that.
Oh,
That nigga
he
said-
definitely not. He does
He
not.
said,
agree.
hell no, ain't nothing
He
going to
would
nobody
absolutely kick me
ass.
in my ass if I even put my finger. He'd be like,
You'll
bitch.
be dead.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'd be out of there.
Bro, that's
I got
crazy.
ready tomorrow
So that's what I'm
morning.
saying. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. When I see two men, right?
It does look funny when
I
they
just
big
be-
as fuck. Like,
Yeah, I'd be like, damn,
Like, yeah,
bro.
go check
Like,
his dick.
who get horny? Like which one of y'all
that's their
niggas like?
sexuality. That's something we can't understand. And that's something that
Get that dookie dick. Ew.
they clean. No, hold on. They clean their booty holes.
Well, that's two different things.
Like doing that.
I know, but if I did,
It's
that's
not
a
two
woman.
different things. It's still an asshole.
It's not. It's a woman's ass.
And actually, the G
Well,
spot
it's a
is
woman,
in
but
the
a
man's
woman's getting in your
asshole,
asshole.
and they have
well, my
ways
G-spot would never be hit.
of cleaning themselves.
I would never.
Unknown G-spot.
Yeah, it would never. I done did great without it this far. I done came this far without it. Hey, no need for me to start at 31. Hey, no. What a G-spot. I done. Didn't help them all the way up here. I ain't got a G-spot no more. I'm about to throw that bitch up. I ain't got no G-spot. I'm good.
I think only men who are gay kind of probably understand that. Or you know what? Actually, no, because I'm not.
You got to be gay.
Not
How do you initiate
necessarily.
to put something in my ass?
Kanye-
Like,
Say that to your partner. What I want
There's
you to
men
do.
out there that want you to lick their booty.
Okay. Yeah.
They want you to lick their booty. They want you to put.
yeah,
your
now
finger
I ain't
in
gonna
there.
lie. With like a woman licking your, I understand
So
that.
licking the ass is okay, but sticking the finger in there is not.
Well, it depends on how far or sex you're about to go. Sticking anything in the ass, a man's ass is gay.
Okay.
Listen. I understand how a woman can actually lick a man's ass.
Accidentally?
I
giving him
personally-
And you don't
head,
have a problem
probably
with it?
sucking
No.
balls
When
and
the
then-
accident happened, you was
licking
like,
his
whoa,
ass.
what the hell going on here?
Yeah, I can understand.
Okay.
But I can't understand how you can let something go in your ass. Like, hold up, bro. You have to sit still for that because you can't move and something go in your ass. Like, you have to like prepare for something to go in your ass.
Yeah, you definitely have to.
For
prepare.
her to
That is-
accidentally lick her, that could be an accident. She giving you head, she accidentally licked your balls and then licked the good. Then okay, accident.
On purpose. She wants to lick
Yeah,
Hey, it did. Hey,
you.
it depends on what you into.
Yeah, the guys
True.
like it.
But you can't say that now because you didn't say that when it came to the pegging.
I'm talking about when you're putting something in my ass. If the dude into you licking, hey, that's between y'all. Me? If she go for it and if she go for it and we'll see where it go from there. 'Cause I don't,
Somebody gotta poop.
like damn, I just farted in your mouth. Ew,
Uh-oh.
right? I don't know.
Okay.
Now,
okay,
as far
okay.
as her stick, it's like, oh, hell, I punch this bitch in the mouth.
She's not gonna stick it far. Yo, just G. There, it's right there.
So
So G-spot sounds something that a woman would
G-spot
have. I don't
more-
even think a man would have that.
Is
Yeah, it's that.
G-spot's more so it sounds like G-spot's more important for women than it is for men because that's men.
We nut.
Because y'all
Yeah.
can nut and be good.
But so what the hell is a G-spot? What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is a G-spot?
Is there a
Yeah.
different type of nut? Like that's a good question. Wait. So if we can get a different experience,
Yeah,
so
that's
we can have an
definitely a
orgasm on a
difference.
different level with that, you wouldn't want to try it?
Hell no.
There's
That would not
absolutely
go into
a
my
difference.
ass.
Look, I'm gonna explain some stuff that someone had told me. Y'all probably don't want to hear it, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, they said that the cum
Uh-huh.
actually is stronger. They actually nut out of their dick
Mhm.
when they get that
From the
play-
back.
from the
They
back.
say it's on another level from
But it's
regular
on it's
ejaculation.
just like,
You ain't curious?
yeah, and then you actually
Hey,
nut
hey,
out
see,
of you actually
When
nut
you get
out of
home, when you
Hold on,
married,
hold on,
when you
hold
get
on.
home, try it.
you actually nut out your ass.
What?
You actually nutting out your ass.
Ah,
Because somebody
they
was
made that up.
because I said the
They
same
made that
thing.
up.
I said, how do you know that you just came? Besides, because sometimes it comes out at the same time. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes
That's a-
and they say you
booty
see
do
the
get
white.
wet?
That's a
Booty get wet?
discharge.
Your
That ain't
booty
no
get
nut.
wet.
That's a
Your booty will
discharge.
get the white stuff or the clear stuff. The
So
cream
so
or
that's
the
how
yes.
it goes
Listen,
down.
let's
That's how
change.
they-
That is. All right, next.
I was very
You know, but
intrigued.
check this out.
Intrigued.
Speaking of
Yes,
G-spots.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
well, no.
Speaking of G-spots.
How's R. Kelly doing?
Okay. For a man, right? Because we're talking about G-spots here.
Man,
G-spots
listen.
for a man, do
We-
you think?
This conversation went real gay.
No.
I know, like-
I'm changing the subject. Listen to me.
Thank you.
Listen to me. Do you feel more excited when you make your woman come from eating a vagina, or when you make her come from internal hitting that G-spot and all? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you accomplish more when you give that internal orgasm? rather than
It
that?
depends on the relationship. Like if we're in a relationship, if we're in a relationship like me and my girl,
Mhm.
she better hurry the fuck up. You better hurry up.
That's very selfish.
You better hurry. Listen,
But-
I think
my shit work. If the quick
I
it go,
think-
my shit work. If
I
you
think-
was able to teleport to the store and teleport back, you be like, damn, that was quick. That was good.
I think
wouldn't work.
a
It
man
work.
should actually take the time to study their woman. Because y'all can just do what y'all do, but we be letting.
But maybe she needs to study us and see what make us go longer. That ain't my fault.
I don't know.
What are you doing?
You gotta
Is that
do that
possible?
yourself.
What are you doing to make me not
Yes,
so
you
fast?
have some whack ass pussy or you got some whack ass hair. That's gonna make you go
That's
longer.
yeah, true.
Bam.
Yeah.
Secondly,
Well, thank you. Then.
you
Get me
should
right.
feel.
Don't give me that whack shit.
I think a man should feel awesome. That is a really big accomplishment
That's what I feel.
for
I
a
feel
man
that's
to find
exactly-
it inside and just like
Right.
yes,
Internal orgasm is
a
more of
woman
a champion.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
yeah, I did that because you
What
know
about
what?
for a woman? Does it matter?
Yes.
Like internal and not, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause it seems like, okay, if he, as long as I orgasm, you know what I'm saying? Is that,
No, it matters.
it matters.
It matters.
Or is it you just show more love to the one who made you internally orgasm? Is that
It's,
it? Are you having
Oh
love for that
no,
one?
man! Listen,
That,
you gotta hurry
I
up.
think that depends on who you're with. Like,
Okay.
yeah, like
Hurry up and buy.
In and out.
I don't want to
Hurry
be
up.
with nobody selfish. I don't want to be with nobody who doesn't know how to
Understandable.
explore my body. And
Shit.
So we should feel champion though. If we
you
make
should.
orgasm
Oh yes,
from-
because that girl gonna get up and do.
gonna
Girl,
cook some
she gonna do
tacos.
everything for you. And the
That's
thing
right,
you
that's
ask
right. Well-
for, she gonna go buy you a car.
What Bernie Mac say? Hurry your ass up and nut. I was gonna say, hurry up and nut. Hurry up. Hurry
That's not
up.
fair.
Because listen, and I'm
Okay.
gonna get off because I don't want to exploit like what me and my woman do is
Mhm.
we get real nasty.
Okay.
But that's what I would say.
If the floor play good.
No, that's what I would say. Women can hold it. Cause my woman be like, no, I'm not ready yet. And I want to punch in the fucking face like, what do you mean you're not ready yet? Like you telling me
Hurry your
you telling me you
ass
could have
up.
been ready 20
Why would
minutes
a woman
ago?
do that? Why would a woman do that? Why would
I
she
don't
hold it?
know.
It's got to be something to it.
I've
It makes
never-
for a more explosive. It
I've
can make for a
never-
more explosive orgasm if you hold it. Because I think that
It depends on the orgasm. If it's just the nut just come out. But if it's an orgasm, yes, you want to hold it because
Hey, did somebody open the door?
Yeah.
Oh.
You like,
you could. This is
so is that a
very-
more intense orgasm? The one that you hold, like, you think that's?
So we don't need it there.
I ain't holding nothing.
But I do feel that holding it. It depends on the moment. Like, okay, say you
I feel like holding it is like
strong.
holding your piss. Like,
You-
But that piss come out.
Like,
Yeah. You actually feel good when you hold
Yeah,
that piss.
it's like-
oh my god.
and then on top of that, when you're nutting with your spouse at the same time, it's like, ugh, and it just come out, and you're like,
turn the
and
SpongeBob.
like y'all both playing out like, yeah, babe, we did that high five.
yeah,
kudos.
yeah.
Like you can just, you know what I'm saying, just go to sleep together and you good.
Oh man, that's too funny. Okay.
But I do think I do think that the squirting thing is a little bit too much.
next.
What? No way.
I do.
Next subject.
Okay.
Next, yeah.
Let's get to the reason why.
But
Yeah.
that's an orgasm. So.
I love squirting. Just to put out there. Anyway, just let's get to the reason why you're here. Miss Chantel has a very interesting story.
You gonna go into a story after all that? Damn, now go into
Yeah.
your story.
Yes. If folks want to hear the story.
Let's hear
I
the-
want people to hear the story. 'Cause
Go.
It's very impactful. Yes, for coming off of the orgasms, it may be kind of weird, but still. But I would
Okay, now let's get
definitely like
serious.
to get more serious. I definitely want to hear your story, and I think the people would love to hear the story. And there might be some people out there who can relate to your story. So tell us.
First off, I want to start by saying I have never in my life experienced racism in real life.
Mhm.
I always see it on TV
Mhm.
or I always hear stories about it. I've never experienced it in my life.
Mhm.
Okay, as you guys know, I did convert into the Nation of Islam.
Mhm.
Not for no one, for myself. I wanted to do it for myself. You know, I was going through some things in the past and, you know, I wanted to, you know, wake up.
Mhm.
So I started, you know, of course, covering my hair, and I won't do it all the time because it'd be hot. You know, it's
Mhm.
still, you know, something to get used to. It's still, you know, but this one particular day, I went to HEB. There were no security guards actually that day. I noticed that. I went to HEB. I go inside. I get some stuff for the day, and I'm wearing. I don't know if you guys seen the all white. Okay, you remember how at Nipsey Hussle's memorial. They all had their uniforms. They had all
women
white.
had-
They had the white
Mhm.
on and the white dress. Yes, that's what I wore to the store because I think me and my husband was on our way, or he was doing something. And I think we were going to go to a meeting that day. It was on a Sunday, and so I'm walking back to the car. Thank God I didn't have my baby with me. Thank God I didn't have my kids with me. My son went with me. You know what I'm saying? So I go to the car, and out of nowhere, I feel oh shit.
Felt just like that.
That's exactly what it felt like. Like my neck flew back. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I turned around. My instinct was to fight. Like, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Until I turned around and I saw that it was a dude. And I immediately got scared. I was like, he's yelling all these racial slurs. You take that shit back to Africa, you fucking nigger. We don't need you here and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just confused because what does Africa have to do with, you know what I'm saying? That it confused me. But anyway, like my first instinct, like, you know what I'm saying? Because he was coming for me. He was coming for me. I was scared. I kicked him in the groin. He bent over and I hit him in the neck. So
Tybo, put that
and
Tybo
I
to
ran.
work.
When this happened?
I ran. This happened about 6 months ago. It happened last year. So, mind you, people are already starting to see what's going on. They're starting to see the commotion. First of all, because I'm already yelling like, you got me fucked up, blah, 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 you know, forgetting that I'm not supposed to be talking like this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking they're assuming like, oh, here go another black girl getting all mad and stuff. And I'm just like, you know, there's this Mexican guy, I'll never forget, he ran up to him and he was like, yo, this is a woman. This is a woman. And so I picked up my hijab off the floor. I ran to the car because I was terrified. My husband was not there. My first instinct was to call my husband, but my other instinct, like, I didn't give a fuck about that moment. I wasn't thinking. I don't know what was going on in my head. I was circling a parking lot trying to fast.
Like
fuck the pedestrians. Huh?
It's like you experienced double racism in a sense, like for being
Yeah.
black and for wearing a job.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Did that happen? Like, what happened though? Like, what did they do?
they yanked that motherfucker.
I know that I'm talking about with the dude. What happened with the dude?
Of course there's people coming. Like he fell. He was on the floor. His dick was hurting. I don't know. Like there was
You kicked
people.
him hard,
Yeah,
huh?
I kicked him hard. And then there was, you know, I'm speeding through the parking lot going through. I don't give a fuck about pedestrians. Excuse my language. I shouldn't even be talking like this. I'm a woman. I didn't care about pedestrians. I didn't care about nothing. I'm going through every single aisle, trying to get to this man, trying to run him over. But there was so many people out the way. I'm yelling out the window, get out the way, get out the way.
Right, kill this mother.
And so I see people on their phones and I'm just like, oh shit, the police. Cause you know my situation, like, oh no. So I drove home, like the HEB was right by my house. I drove home and immediately called my husband. He was like, let's go back up there and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, so scared. And I was like, he was like, all we needed is the tape. And I was just like, no, let's just forget about it. But like, he was like, no, like, why? And I was just like, I didn't feel like it. Dealing with it.
You wanted it to be over? Was that what it
I
is?
wanted it to be over.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be over. I didn't want to deal with it.
You couldn't believe it happened to you.
I couldn't believe it happened to me. I was very,
That was some
very.
stuff you see on TV or you see on them shows trying to show us.
Yeah, that was a
little.
little dramatic though. Like, old man, I'll never forget him. He tall. He was like 6'2", 6'3". He old. He was probably like in his 50s or 60s. And you know what I'm saying? And he see the hate in his eyes. And, it just.
So how did that make you feel seeing that fire? Like, did you think he wanted to kill you?
Yes, I did. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to die. The first thing I thought about was my children. My life flashed before my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I thought about my children. I thought about my husband. I was just like, what the fuck? Where's the security? You know what I'm saying? But now at that HEB, they have a lot of security going on.
So do you carry like pepper spray now?
Get a gun.
I've always carried bug spray,
Bug spray?
What you gonna do?
roach spray. That'll fuck a bitch up.
No.
Yeah.
What?
I've always carried that. So, but I
Yeah,
should
yeah.
I stopped wearing my hijab for a long time.
So that it kind of rubbed you the wrong
It
way.
rubbed me the wrong way.
Did it make you question your faith in a sense?
It didn't necessarily make me question my faith, but it did make me question why. I have to do this in my faith.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do I need to cover my hair?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I need to
Especially
do?
if it's setting people up.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
of course, there's a reason why.
Yeah, of course, there's reasons but like I was just questioning
made you
it.
question. Right.
So I guess I was questioning my faith.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just questioning all of that, and like I was messed up for a long time. I didn't want to go to HEB.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go to HEB by myself. Like if it was early in the morning where like nobody was there. Because you got to go shopping, sometimes, but like, yeah, that happened. And what got you to the point where you were like, okay, I'm willing to spread out? I just actually recently got to that point.
Yeah. So
a
that
couple
was a
of
process.
weeks, maybe like a week. And I still don't wear that one. I haven't got to the point
She was asked how long, pretty much at what point did you decide to put it back on? But yeah.
This, I wear it like this, and it's been like about 2 weeks. But I have not gotten comfortable enough to actually wear it the right way, like, that way. But I make sure I cover my hair because that's something that.
So what steps or what do you do to get yourself back to where you were as far as comfortability you were with?
It takes time.
What are you doing? Like, do you have to talk to other women who work jobs and they give you encouragement?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I did isolate myself, so it was kind of hard to talk. It's more so my husband that try to talk to me and give me more encouragement and all of that. Like, don't let that stop you. But sir,
it's hard. You weren't there.
Yeah, you weren't there.
Didn't experience it.
Yeah, and I feel like if he was there, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
and that's kind of my fault because in the nation they really don't want you to be out by yourself because we're the most hated people. Just about like everybody thinks that we're terrorists and all this other stuff, so people look at us crazy like we just about to just go shoot go blow your house up or something. So of course people try to get like when they see me like that or when they see men like that, they're like
they automatically.
That's why I thought it was beautiful at Nipsey Hussle.
Stereotype.
Exactly. Yes. That's why at Nipsey Hussle's.
Did you feel some type of way when what's just hilarious when she said what she said? Did you hear about that? It was a man wearing a turban. He was getting on the plane. And he was a Sikh, and she mistook him for Muslim. Yeah, she was sitting there joking, making jokes about this man, like because
funny is funny though. That probably was funny.
It probably was funny. However,
but for a person who
it was probably the right time to say that. Like,
I mean, I wear turbans.
Oh yeah, the mosque bombing.
So if you're, and this is my thing, my thing is if it's a bombing on a mosque, why are you saying something about the person with the turban? He gonna burn his stuff.
We tie them all together though. We don't know the difference. You know what I mean?
It baffles my life to see that people just really automatically assume that we do because of the.
But whose fault is that? America's fault? Because that's exactly how they flash it to.
That's exactly whose fault it is.
Yeah.
That you know what happened. I'm not gonna get all into it or whatever. I don't want to get all political on y'all stuff, but you know what happened. If y'all don't know what happened, you do your research. Watch the video over and over. Or did somebody? Did a plane go through it, or did it get blown up? Answer yourself that question. Was those really the people that was? Yeah,
I did see a plane go through though.
But did you see it before it got bombed, or how did you see it? Pay attention to it.
Then again, look, I don't know.
You gotta pay attention.
Me, this what I will say. I love all people. I don't care if you black, brown, Muslim, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like let a million more Mexicans come over, fuck a wall. And as far as Muslims are concerned, shit, we need to quit acting like that towards Muslims. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I see what you're saying as far as what they show. If you look at what America shows, for instance, what do you think? I'm a good person in America, but how do you think that they show America probably in Saudi Arabia or some shit? They probably show us torturing people, and you get what I'm saying? And not knowing, or spoiled, and not knowing that there's people that actually struggle, or there's people that actually love people. So I can't sit there and say a person with a turban punched me in the face, so fuck all Muslims. You get what I'm saying? Fuck that person.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So it's more on, bro. We're in a day and age right now to where
We're at war.
it's that, and it's cool. It's cool. It's politically correct to go after Muslims right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not Muslim, but it's just politically correct. It's
what
if someone bombed something, so someone had some. Let me see if I can find it.
And it's crazy because
My
nobody
homeboy,
really understands that we're actually the most peaceful people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to see if I can find it. So my homie had he shared some shit on Instagram, but it was he was saying what's wrong with this picture. So he was showing the top like 20 terrorist acts that have happened within like the 5 years. Not even all of them was white. None of them was Muslim. Bombing like the one that just happened in where it was in Texas. It was like by New Braunfels. Like he was just showing a whole bunch of shit, and all of them was white. And he not Muslim. He not nothing, but he was showing like none of these people are Muslim.
Yeah.
None of these none of these people are Mexican. None of these people are Muslim. You talking about you trying to put a border up, right? A wall, and you talking about how Muslim terrorists.
Wow.
But all these people are white. So it's like that's the propaganda that we get. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
but when you
perfect
when you could think for yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because some of my closest friends at work, you know what I'm saying, are Muslim. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, when they talking to each other, they speaking in their languages and shit. And not once does it cross my mind. These motherfuckers, not even that. These motherfuckers probably talking about blowing some shit up.
Like that doesn't cross my mind. I'm thinking that they talking about whatever they talking in their native tongue. You understand me? I understand you. If I lived in Africa and I know that, or if I lived in Sudan and I know that their primary language is Sudanese, right? But I don't speak Sudanese. I only speak Sudanese to people that only speak Sudanese. But Acey's there with me. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna speak English to Acey.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
It's our first language.
And you speak English. Like I don't really understand. Like I'm only speaking this by default because this what they understand. Like if I want some water, if I need to do something, I need to speak in Sudanese to these people because we're in Sudan. If I'm talking to Acey, he understands my native language, which is English. So it's like that. It's like we're just stuck in this thing. It's cool to go against any other race right now if you're not American. If you're not African American, or if you're not white American, if you're coming over here from another country, and of course, since 9/11 happened, we already know how they look at Muslims. It's not even that we can't even.
We are at war.
So it just depends on the person that you're speaking with and how they look. Now, the person that took that shit off your head, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy as shit. I can't believe that happened. Like,
Right.
God,
That's what I say.
I can't believe that happened. I was.
So to wrap it up, I want to ask you, what would you say to the next woman? You know, so or the woman who's actually going through this right now. What's your encouraging words to her?
Don't give up on your faith, because there's hate out there, and that's the whole purpose of our teachings.
Do you think that was? I'm sorry, but do you think that was the devil trying to deter you?
If I get technical with that, of course, obviously, but we all know who the devil is, right? Okay, we ain't gonna say it, but I'm just saying. But yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to better myself. You know how it's always some type of energy that gotta mess up something when you're trying to do something. You're trying to better yourself. You got a good thing going, and it's always something. You just gotta stay in faith, stay meditated up, stay with know yourself, know yourself, and then nothing is going to be able to bother you.
Man, yo.
Assalamu alaikum.
Right.
Wa alaikum salam, my brother. Everybody.
I'm going to teach you some things. All right, y'all. Man, we sure appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Man, catch us again next week. Anything you need to say?
Man, you know what I'm saying? Here.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, man. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.